second graders. It is time for you to move on to your next story. You'll find your story on pages 24 and 25, and this story is about someone that really lived. His name is Billy Sunday. But this story is called a historical fiction, and you know that fiction means something that's not true. So what does that mean? I just told you that Billy Sunday really lived. But now I'm saying you're going to read a fiction. Well, if you look on page 25, you'll understand what a historical fiction is. The author, Karen Wiltz, decided to write about Billy Sunday so that we can learn some things about his life and about the people who he touched in his life by his preaching. But listen about a historical fiction. It says this: in this story, the information about Billy Sunday is true. The part of the story that is about Anne and her father is fiction. And so sometimes authors do that. Authors want to write about someone that really lived, or maybe some event that really happened, but they want it to be interesting for the reader. And maybe they don't know too much about the person that they're writing about that really lived. And so they create characters that might have been around and might have said the things that they say and thought the things that they thought at that time in history. And it helps us to be able to read about true events, but also get to enjoy a fictional story as well. And so I think you'll enjoy this story about Billy Sunday, and you'll learn some things that really happened in his life. Let's pretend we're going to a museum right now, and this is a real museum. This is their Facebook page that I found. And so in the museum, you would see this huge sign, because you see, you're going to find out that Billy Sunday, when he would preach, crowds and crowds of people would gather to hear what he had to say about God. Jesus really used him to speak the gospel to the people in the 1920s and 1930s. And so you would see this sign if we were to really go together and visit this museum. You would see something else in the museum about Billy Sunday. I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but I wonder if looking at this picture, you can guess what else Billy Sunday did when he was alive. Here's some more hints for you, and maybe after you read the story, you'll want to come back and really sort of study these pictures a little more. The museum actually used to be Billy Sunday's house. And so you can see what it looked like way back in the 1920s and 30s and what it looks like sometime around right now. There's the front door. And all of the things on inside, oh, I want to go back to that just really quickly. All of the things that you would see inside are the items that Mr. and Mrs. Sunday had at their house. And I kind of like this lovely set here because look at it, even has his name on it, William A. Sunday. Wouldn't you like to have a nice cup of tea or coffee from this set? Here's his fireplace and his wife's fireplace from back when they lived here, and a wedding gift that they got. See this clock? That was a wedding gift. I saw that in another picture. Now I'm going to kind of speed through some of these because this is their Facebook page, but visitors posted pictures of themselves. This might give you another hint about part of Billy Sunday's life. So we'll wait and see what you think about that. This is a hallway in the museum. So that's about it. There's his bedroom. And there was a neat room that just has a lot of their lovely things through the years. They must have been blessed by God to collect some very nice things. And so I know you probably don't want to just, take too much of a look at the house, but you can see what the furniture looked like and what the houses looked like back when Billy Sunday was a preacher. Okay, and there he is. Class, I just want you to know that he was a very energetic speaker. In fact, if you search on YouTube or have mom or dad or grandma or somebody search on YouTube, you can see real footage of him preaching. You just have to put his name in, and I found a great film, and he was preaching back in 1926, which was just around 100 years ago. And so that would be really neat. I was going to try to put it on Google Classroom, but I decided not to. And so if you want to go look at that, you may. you'll find it. So I think that was about it. There's just pictures of people that have gone to visit. So I'm going to stop there and just tell you one more thing. Enjoy this story. You know, we love to look at the think as you read part. And so on page 25 at the bottom, it says, how did Billy Sunday show that he wanted to obey God? I'll be asking you that question this coming week. So think about it. Think about the details. How did he show that he would like to obey God or that he wanted to obey God? I want you to start the story on page 24 where it says a special plan. And then you can go on and read the story that was written by Karen Wilt on page 25. And I'll give you your page numbers on Google Classroom. One final note I wanted to say, and that is some of you maybe still need to put your character traits, your details about Mr. Gray so that I can make the character web for you. So please do that as soon as you can. Also, very quickly, I'm probably going to make another video about this, but just in case somebody gets going right now, turn to page 38. If you have to pause this to get there, turn to page 38 and go to the bottom of the page where you'll see a car. It's like a trolley car. And I'm just going to read the words right now to make sure you know how to read them. I'd like to show them to you in a video and explain them more, but just to make sure you can get started with this story, because I don't know if I'll make that video today or tomorrow. The words are crackled, and the one below is electricity. In the next window, it says mission, and passenger is underneath. And then the last two, preach and streetcar. That's what that is, a streetcar. Okay, and so those are the words. You can read them maybe before you start your story. Read them with somebody that's listening to you read, and I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful weekend if I don't get to talk to you before then. Bye-bye.